So, hey guys, what is up? Thank you guys so much for being here for my second ever MTV Scream live chat. I thought last night's episode was really good. Maybe not as good as the first episode just because nothing like epic happened, but still really good. We can't expect something crazy to happen in every episode, I guess. But I would love to know your thoughts about this week's episode and any current theories about who the killer is, and I'll tell you who my number one suspect is. You might have already seen it if you follow me on Twitter. And quickly, just want to let you know, for those of you who don't follow me on Twitter or who might have missed it, I am now being active on Snapchat. Like, I signed up for one a long time ago and just never did anything with it. But if you are on Snapchat and you want to follow me or add me, it's just Kelly TV, like the name of my channel. So I'm trying to post there daily, and I'll be going to New York City next week. So I'll be posting a bunch of stuff from there if you are interested. So I just want to say hey to everyone in the room: Vanessa, Tony, Mark, Kay, Luke, Martin. I think there's some other people that were here earlier, the Ripper and Julian. And if you're here and haven't said hey yet, please say hey, because I would love to get a shout out from you, and then I will give you a shout out back. Yes, the ending was good, Luke, because I don't know, I think it's kind of a red herring, to be honest, but something is going on with Audrey, and of course she found Jake's body in that storage locker. So I really think that they're red herring, heroine? That's not a word, but they're making her a big red herring. In my opinion, they're throwing way too much shade toward Audrey, so I'm not looking at her as one of my main suspects, but we will see. So Elias is here, or is it Elias? It's probably Elias. I'm saying that wrong. I know, because you've been here before. Kay is thinking that Kieran could be the killer. I've seen a lot of people say that on Twitter. I definitely think Audrey is the red herring, like Kay said, just because they're really trying so hard in these last two episodes to make her look suspicious, and I just think that that's way too easy. Hello to hello, hello. But anyway, so yeah, so the ending of the episode was really, really good. Vanessa thinks that Brooke's dad was the one who killed Jake because he did hate him. So we could have somebody doing killings who's not, I guess, involved, but I feel like whoever killed Jake is either connected to our killer or is one of the killers or is the main killer, but I don't know. Tony thinks that Noah is the prime suspect, and he is my prime suspect, absolutely. But at this point, we're just really early on with this season, so I don't really know. I definitely think they're trying to make that new guy, is it Eli? They're trying super hard to make him look suspicious, which is not surprising. I have a feeling that they're going to make all of the new characters look really, really, really suspicious. But somebody did tweet me, or maybe commented on one of my videos this week, saying that in a lot of the Scream movies, it was the newer person who was the killer. The first Scream movie, actually 2 people of the main cast ended up being the killer, but I think definitely with the 4th one, the brand new person was the killer. So I think it's a possibility, and you know, they're not always going to go directly with what the movies did because they haven't done that anyway. I mean, there were 2 killers in the first Scream movie, and we just got 1 reveal for season 1, but I still do think there were 2 killers. We just didn't get the second reveal. Do I think Emma is hallucinating, SK? Yeah, and I mean, you know what? There is definitely this big theory that she is doing the killing this season, which I haven't, you know, I think it's still a possibility that she doesn't know what's going on, or she's doing it but doesn't realize it. It's like a split personality or like an out-of-body experience. So I don't know. I feel personally that that's a real lame way to have a killer. And if she ends up being the killer, I feel like that's pretty lame. But I could see them going there. I'm not really sure. Luke doesn't get why Emma's dad decided to see her like that. Like, seriously, don't try to run her over just to see her. Yeah, I think it was just definitely to make us all think that that was the killer. Maybe they're trying to make him look suspicious too, which I don't buy. I think for a little bit, I thought last season that her dad was somehow involved, because I thought that her dad was, what's his face, Brandon, but it's not. So I don't really think that it's going to be him who's involved at all. And I know you guys aren't saying that, but still, excuse me. Tony says Vanessa's dad is working with that cop, and his son probably an IOU for Emma's dad to return. So Yeah, yeah, I agree. Martin says, I have a feeling that Noah already knows everything that's going on with Audrey. He's never really surprised when she doesn't show up or anything like that. And I definitely wanted to point out that, he keeps saying, like, oh my God, look who commented on my blog and all this stuff. And I honestly think that he is the one posing as these different people on his blog. Obviously, it would be super easy for him to do because he's the moderator. And I just wondered what you guys thought about that. Do you think he's doing that? I think there's still a possibility that he is a player in all the crazy stuff that's going on, but he's not the main killer, or maybe he's just one of a group of killers. I'm not really sure. I agree with Mark. One of the best parts of this episode was seeing Audrey using the killer voice with some app on her phone or whatever. Like, can I get that app? Because that would be so cool. So yeah, I mean, what were they trying to say here? Was she the person making all the phone calls in season 1? Or is it like, a popular app that like everyone has to make your voice sound like creepy Brandon James masked killer? I don't know. Because it was cool. Obviously, is there an app like that out there to make you sound super scary? Because that's kind of cool. I don't know what was the favor that her mom did. Ask Tony. I don't know. Does anybody know? Tony also says that Noah is like Mona. It's so obvious. Yeah, I don't know if I want Noah to be the killer, but to me, after 2 episodes, that's who I'm looking at the most right now. Luke thinks the killer should be one of the main characters' twins. Well, to me, that's a cop-out. I've never really liked when the main killer or the main villain ends up being someone's sibling or somebody that we've never known. And if it's a twin that we haven't been introduced to, I feel like that's kind of like lame because, I don't know, it's just like, it's a little bit too easy on the part of the writers to be like, oh, it's Emma's twin. But, I think anything is possible, so we will have to see. Yeah, so I thought there were parts a little bit confusing that Kay's kind of asking here. Like, I know we met Eli, but there seemed to be another guy, and she's asking, like, who is the kid in the police station who was doing his homework? I'm getting him confused with Eli, or was it Eli? And then there was someone watching Brooke when she went to meet up with Jake. I also think that Brooke could be involved in this. Yeah, she did believe the text, but that could be part of her pretending like she's not involved. She could have texted herself or something, or had her accomplice do that. I was honestly hoping she would be killed in last night's episode just because, I felt like it would be like, wow, they started the season off with killing a main character, but I guess they don't have enough characters to kill one off every episode, but, Vanessa's asking if I think that there are 2 killers, one to get revenge and the other to hide everything. I think it's a good possibility that there's 2 killers, or maybe more than 2 people involved in all of this. Doesn't mean they're all killing people, but yeah, absolutely. So Elias says at the police station it was the sheriff's son. I think that makes sense because he said something about his dad making him do homework there. So yeah, so we've got that, and then we have this new kid Eli, and then we have a couple of other girls that we've met last week who are new characters. So Tony says he was confused with the scene at the restaurant. It seemed like Emma thought that they called their name, but the teacher looked at some sort of phone or food buzzer, like it didn't even ring. That was a real confusing scene. And I think it was because, like, I didn't know if there was like a hallucination going on there or what. Are you talking about at the coffee shop? Is that where she hallucinated and thought she saw Piper? Or are you talking about something else? I don't know. Do I know how many episodes this season's going to have? I don't. Martin's wondering that. Does anyone know? If you do, please let us know. Vanessa says the sheriff's son's name is Gustavo. Thank you so much. You're always on top of all these people and all these shows. Thank you. Lou was also kind of confused with Audrey at the end when she saw Jake's body. She was barely shocked. Yeah. The only thing she seemed to be shocked by was the smell, and she was like, oh my God, it's disgusting. So I still think that it's really them trying to be like, oh, this is our killer, like wanting us to think that. And I really don't think that she is. Mark, thank you, because we have 14 episodes this season, which is a lot. So very cool. So we have 12 left. That's awesome. Yeah, Tony, I thought the coffee shop scene was very confusing. I completely agree. Hi, Sophia. Thank you for being here. The whole hallucination like stuff is a little bit annoying to me, especially if they go the route that she's the killer and she doesn't know she's doing the killings. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? I mean, to me, that's kind of lame. I would love to know what you think about them making her the killer, but she's not realizing she's doing it or something. I'm not really a big fan of that, but we'll see. But it seems like they're trying to show, make everyone look shady. Like Brooke's dad looks shady. It's like Eli looks really shady. Noah looks shady to me. Audrey looks super shady. They tried to make the brand new girl from the movie theater, they tried to make her look shady. I don't know. So that's just something that they do. And I don't have a problem with that because it all works out once they make the reveals. So I don't feel like they're just making people red herrings for the sake of doing that. I have no problem with it. But it's just hard. It's very early on to figure out who's red herring material and who isn't. But I think usually, especially after first season, the people who don't look very suspicious are going to be involved because I don't remember them making Piper look suspicious, like hardly at all. So maybe the I started thinking about her in the last 2 episodes of the season. So I kind of had her in the back of my mind because I always look at the people who look really innocent and don't look suspicious. So Kay thinks it would be lame about Emma being the killer unless we get to see her do it and the friends don't know. Honestly, if they're going to make her the killer, I want her to know that she's doing it. Like, I don't like the fact that if they say, oh, she's been doing it, but she doesn't remember any of it. Like, I would love to see her being a vindictive person for whatever reason, and she has a reason to do that. So Mark says, the message on Jake's body said, I finished the job for you, Audrey. Maybe she was the killer who stabbed Jake in the bowling alley. That is such a great observation. I love that. And I think we have a very good possibility here that we had 2 killers last season, Piper and Audrey. But this season, Audrey has decided she doesn't want to do this after she saw what happened to Piper, and maybe she wants to get out of the game or whatever. So we have another person blackmailing Audrey. I think that really makes the most sense. I don't think Audrey's doing it anymore, but I think we could get like double reveals here of learning that. And I think that this is I just now thought like, this is a great way for them to segue into the finale of this season, is to totally make it look like Audrey and then have her admit to killing people. And we think she's the killer this season, but to switch it up and be like, there's another killer. I don't know. I could just see them doing a lot of stuff with that. I agree that teacher is odd. The woman teacher, I can't remember her name, and you probably know Vanessa. I thought she was suspicious from day one. Why? Because they're not making her look suspicious, but there was something about her. And also it looks like Branson's going to be back next week, which I've got to say, I'm very, I feel suspicious about that because why are they bringing him back? To me, he's kind of a useless character to bring back unless they have a purpose for him. That's what I feel. Why was the teacher recording Emma at the coffee shop, says Luke. There was a recorder in the teacher's bag. That is a very subtle way, in my opinion, that she's looking suspicious, but most people wouldn't catch. So I don't know what that means. I mean, I think there's also a really good chance that our killer this season is somebody's relative, okay? I think a very, very high chance. I mean, I know that Piper was Brandon's daughter, but I could just see it being like his wife or his somebody, his sister, his cousin, his brother. I mean, to me, that's a little lame too, because we've already gone there with Piper. But once again, we don't know what the deal is. Yeah, the Ant Woman was weird. Tony's mentioning Emma's mom is always kind of weird. Emma's mom is weird because, like, why was she going to visit Troy? Like, why did she want to have a relationship still with Brandon's family? I could definitely, that would be a really good, if they want to do, and like I said last week, I could definitely see an adult playing a role in this season, because they've already gone like the younger people route of being suspects and killers. So let's throw an adult into the mix, and to throw Emma's mom in to have her as the killer would be really good, because honestly, she doesn't look mega suspicious at all. And I would love the fact that she's doing that. I don't know why, though. I don't know what her motive is at this point. But just throwing that out there, like, I could really, I don't know, for some reason, I really feel like they're going to go with an adult in the mix somehow. An adult that is, you know, planning things, or is one of the killers, or is the killer. I don't know. Just because, why not? We have a lot of adults that they're like trying to make look suspicious. I have like cat hair on my face. Thank you, Dexter, my cat. Why? You know? I don't know. I just like throwing out ideas. Cat hair is the worst, really. It's like really hard to get off, and it's just like there and bothering you. Okay. So Mark is asking, what if the killer was actually helping Piper and Audrey? Audrey shot Piper, and maybe the killer is mad at her for that. Audrey can know who the killer is all this time. Yes, but do you think that Audrey is still involved is the question. Is she still killing people or doing stuff, or is she out of it? That's what I want to know. I do think that Audrey and Piper had some kind of romantic something going on. Will, absolutely. Luke is wondering how Brooke's going to find out Jake's dead. I think the killer will lead her to the body. I think that has to happen next week, because at that point, past that point, would just be strange. So Karen is the teacher's name. It's on IMDb. Thank you so much, Vanessa. Well, I agree, Tony. The adults are oblivious and useless, pretty much like the ones in Pretty Little Liars, sort of, I guess. But then again, not really, because they had some evil adults, I guess. Definitely. I don't know. They may go there, they may not. So Dr. 123771 says Emma's dad did all the killings years ago and blamed Brandon and he's doing all of this season's killings. I really like that. I have never heard that. Do we know, like, okay, did Brandon actually kill people? That's what I want to know. And do we think he's actually dead? Because I don't really remember that from last season. But hey, I like that. I mean, why do we have Emma's dad back? That's another question. Do we need him otherwise? I really like that. What about the tutor obsession with Emma? I don't know. I'm like missed that somehow. Can you guys explain that to me? I missed it. So Brittany says, adding on to Mark's theory is that Audrey stabbed Jake because she was supposed to kill him but failed. Yes, I think she definitely stabbed him. I think that Mark and Brittany, I think you guys are right. I think we figured part of this out. I seriously think there were two killers last season, Piper and Audrey, absolutely. But I don't think Audrey's doing it, or she's not doing the killings maybe, or she's something. She wants out. And basically, I think that's why she's getting the harassing messages and stuff, because this person has a lot of dirt on her, this person who's involved, maybe they're new, or maybe they were involved. Maybe there were 3 people last year. I don't know. I really like that. Will thinks that Piper killed Rachel because Piper and Audrey dated, but there's weird logic about this. Okay. Jealousy. I could see that. Absolutely. So Brittany says it was never actually confirmed. Maggie or whatever said she thinks he did it. Are you talking about, did Brandon actually kill people? Okay. Massimo's wondering about PLL, and yes, I will be watching it, and I'm going to do videos. I don't know about live chats. We're going to have to see how this goes. I will definitely say for the first week, probably not a live chat, unless for some reason the premiere is awesome. I don't know. But we'll see. Yeah, obviously I wanted to finish it out regardless, but yes, I'm going to do videos on that. So, okay. So Tony says when she got mad at Emma for not showing up at their tutoring session. I don't know. Bella Thorne is supposed to be in this. Tony, I don't know. That was crazy. There's a lot of weird stuff, but I think there's a lot of stuff, again, thrown at us to confuse us and to get us off track. You like the live chats. I know. We'll see. We'll see. With Pretty Little Liars, what I don't want is it just to be like everyone like sitting there bashing the show, unless you guys want to do that. I don't know. Like, I have very mixed feelings about Pretty Little Liars. It's the only show that makes me like very confused because I really hated it. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I'm super honest about that and everything else. I hated it last season, and I don't know. So, I mean, I will come into it with an open mind, but like, if I don't like it, I'll be honest. And, I don't want it to be like a live chat where I'm saying like, I dislike it. And then I don't want to argue with people. Like, everyone's entitled to their opinion. So I don't want it to turn into that. I don't like things to be like super negative. So I guess we'll just kind of have to see what happens and see if I like it or not. I don't know. Why is Eddie coming in all of a sudden? I see him as a little suspicious. Which one is Eddie? Is that the sheriff guy? I'm trying to keep all these names straight. I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, Pretty Little Liars looks okay, but they're just like the masters. Season 7, they're masters at making something look great through promos, and then it's sucking. So I don't know. I don't know. I really like the actresses in real life. Like, I love Shay Mitchell's YouTube channel. If you guys aren't, the hotel guy. If you guys aren't subscribed to that, you should. If you like actually like the characters because her life is like such goals that I can't even deal with it. The hotel guy, yeah, I mean, he was from Scream, let's get back on track, is shady, but I just feel like he's someone to distract us, honestly. But remember what he said, and I think this goes back to what Mark was saying, to what Brittany was saying, is that he was saying that the person had a female accomplice, that Piper had a female accomplice. So that makes complete sense that it's Piper and Audrey. I just really think we figured this out. Like, I don't think that there's any other way around it, unless there was actually a third or fourth killer. Okay, so Mark says, I'm thinking the new teacher is related to Piper, but not an actual killer. She does kind of look like her. I think she's getting close to Emma because she feels bad for what Piper did. She looks just like Piper. Yes, exactly. So there's something probably up with her. I just felt that for some reason from, the first minute I saw her. Do you think they will find out that Audrey helped Piper? Yes, absolutely, William. I think that that's going to come out this season. I think that's going to be one of the big reveals. I really have not even thought about that until, Mark brought this up. I just really think that that's going to be something big this season. The hotel guy was talking like Piper was the accomplice. Right. That makes so much sense because, okay, so maybe Audrey was the mastermind and Piper was the accomplice. I don't know. Luke thinks that Scream should stop at season 2. I don't think we should keep doing seasons with new killers. Well, I mean, there were 4 installments of the movie. But what they did is they would bring in a lot of new characters. And keep like a few, like they would, for the show, like they might keep Emma and maybe like, I don't know. It depends on who ends up being a killer, but they might keep a couple people, but then all new people. I don't know how I feel about that. I think it really depends on how this season plays out because like I've said before, it's very hard to live up to the first of anything. So like the first Scream to me was amazing. And then the rest of them were just kind of okay, but I still like them because I like that series. But we have to see like how good they can make this season. If it ends up sucking, then yeah, if it's lame and the reveal is lame, then maybe, I think they will definitely. I see you, Lexi. I don't know what's going on before, but I definitely see you now. This is the first one I've seen. Yeah. So we'll see. So Brittany says maybe it'll be like Scream Queens because Audrey was the mastermind and Piper did all the killing. Don't think so, but maybe. Yeah, I could see that. I just think that definitely the two of them were, Audrey looked so shady last season, and I don't think a lot of that was red herring stuff. I think it was real. I mean, the letters and everything, I definitely think that we figured that part out. Absolutely. Will doesn't think Audrey is the main killer or even a killer. I think MTV is just throwing us off track. She may be involved, but I'm not sure if she's the killer. It's so hard to sketch things out. I definitely don't think that she is killing this season, but I think the way they can trick us with her is to make us really think. Again, it's way too obvious. They're really trying to make her look shady. But they want people to think she is the one. I don't think she killed Jake. Number one, I don't. And whoever gets killed, the next couple episodes, which I think that'll happen, I don't think that she's going to be the one doing it. I think she wants out of it or whatever. But I think she knows she's done some really bad stuff. And she, other people know, and she doesn't want to go to jail for it. But I was going to mention, I don't know if it was just me, but like last week there was a after show, and I thought this was a weekly thing, kind of like what The Walking Dead does and Orphan Black. But for me, with DirecTV or whatever, I did not have an after show this time. I don't even know if there was one or if I have to go online to watch that. Does anyone know what's up with that? Because I was so confused because I thought that was just something that we would get every week, at least in America. So what do I think Audrey did? I think she killed people. I don't think she killed like her girlfriend, but I think she killed some people last season. I think she was one of the killers. I think she was working with Piper, If not, she was organizing it. So Kay didn't have one on Comcast. I don't know. Maybe it was just for the premiere. Maybe they'll do one for the finale. I was so confused with that. So Luke says in the preview for next week's episode, it looks like the killer or someone is in Emma's house. I would want to see a fight with Emma and the killer. That would be good. Yeah, that would be cool. I think we'll see that. I really do. I think that even if we don't see it next week, that we'll see it eventually. So Brittany says this episode proved that Audrey isn't the killer. I think she's threatening people to scare them into shutting up, but she's not a killer anymore. And I think that that is 100% the truth. Dr. 123771, also with Emma's dad, he came out of nowhere when the killing started again. The killer has not gone after Emma this season, but why? Because it's Emma's dad. I like that. Well, what if Emma's dad is Troy James, is Brandon's brother? Could that be true? That's completely insane, but could that be right? I don't know. What do you guys think? And Lexi's hoping we see more of Troy James. I definitely think we will. And I was trying to figure out who Troy could be, and it just came to me that he could be Emma's dad because I don't think he's the sheriff. And I feel like, unless he's like, what's her name's dad? Brooke's dad or something. I feel like we just have to know this person. I don't think it's a random person. OG, yeah, if you haven't watched this episode, I'm really sorry because I know we're completely spoiling you here. It was just for the premiere, the after show, which is crazy. I don't understand that at all because like the guy who did it, like he sometimes likes my tweets, the guy, Jeffrey Self. Anyway, and his bio says that he hosts the after show. So it was like you just hosted one after show. Like, I don't know. And Brandon may not be dead. That's the other thing. Oh, he said he won't be back to July. His name's Jeffrey Self. Thank you, Will. I appreciate it. I'm sorry. OG's really confused. Probably because you need to watch the episode, and I think you can watch it on the MTV app, at least in the US. I don't know if you're out of the US. I don't know. So hopefully you know where to find it. Brittany says someone said they think Audrey didn't want to kill people anymore after Bella Thorne and Tyler or whatever. That makes sense that she killed both of them. And then Piper killed Audrey's girlfriend, and then she agreed to go along with Piper's plan. I think that sounds great. I really think we figured out something huge here. Well, Tony, apparently Will says that Jeffrey Self, who was the after show host, is saying that he's not going to be back till July. So I don't know. Very strange concept there, but okay. William says, how many main characters do you think they will kill this season? And who do you think they will kill? I hope they don't kill Brooke, though. She's my favorite. Honestly, I think she's someone who could be killed off. I think Audrey could definitely be killed near the end. I don't think Emma will die. I think anybody on the show is up for being killed except for maybe Emma. Absolutely. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay, Will. So yeah, I mean, it's really cool because how does this always happen? The people who are just here for just to troll. Let's get rid of this person. Okay, I got rid of the troll. Who do I really want to see dead? Well, nobody like drives me completely crazy, but I think Jake was probably the most annoying. So to see him die was nice. And Martin, I don't know if we'll probably just have a few more minutes for the chat. We're not really doing our chats yet, just because it's kind of new, or the season kind of just started. But we'll talk a little bit longer. But who do I want to see dead? Well, maybe Audrey, because I think she's probably going to deserve it. And I could really see her dying near the end because I think she was killing people last season. So I think she's a great candidate for that. If you are just now seeing this video because you are a Scream fan, I would love it if you would hit the thumbs up button and also subscribe because I'm covering all of Scream Season 2. Plus, I will be covering Scream Queens, Pretty Little Liars. I cover Orphan Black. And what else is coming up that I do? I don't know. Mystery shows, How to Get Away with Murder whenever it comes back. So yes, I would really appreciate it if you are new to this. Maybe you're in this chat and you're not chatting, and that's completely fine because I watch a lot of YouTube videos and I like never comment on them, not because I don't like them, just because that's kind of how I am. Luke wants more jump scares this season. Me too, because guess what? It has not been scary. The first 2 episodes were not scary. That is such a good point because last season was scary. I would watch it really late because I was binging it. So I would watch it like 1 or 2 in the morning, and it scared me. I was like, oh my God. And this has not been scary. And that's a little bit disappointing. Thank you for mentioning that. Scream Queens comes back this fall, but they have not released an official date, Kay. Kieran is kind of annoying, and I could see him being a villain too, but we'll see. He was definitely suspicious to me last season. What about when does How to Get Away with Murder come back? That has got to be probably the fall. I mean, I would say September, October, probably October, sadly. Okay, can I name 4 of my favorite shows from your favorite to least favorite? I need more shows to watch. Lexi, I'm not sure which shows you watch that I cover on here, but How to Get Away with Murder is probably the thing that you should definitely be watching next. That's excellent. Plus, you have a lot of time to catch up, and I think there's been 2 seasons. It's so good. The Family was excellent, but it was canceled, so I don't know if you want to watch that. I don't know if you do. I can't remember which shows you watch that I watched. You probably watch Pretty Little Liars. I would not recommend that. But anyway, How to Get Away with Murder. Scream Queens is really fun, but it's not like Scream at all because it's more of a comedy. I'm trying to think what else I watched that I love. You guys are going to have to help me. What else do I watch that I love? I am going to watch Pretty Little Liars season 7. Ben, thank you for being here. H.M. Fodden, thank you for being here. H.M. Fodden says, all I have to say about this episode really is that they better not PLL us and make the newly introduced people the killer. I'm really hoping not. Oh, thank you, Kay. September 22nd for How to Get Away with Murder. So, Lexi, you don't watch How to Get Away with Murder. You have to, like, it is so good. I think anyone else, I, like, talked about it so much that a bunch of these people who watch my other shows started watching it, and now they love it. And I do live chats for that. And it's like, it's every episode, like something major happens. Like, oh my God. So yes, I'm going to do recaps on Pretty Little Liars, but I don't know yet about live chats. Luke says it's just the beginning of the season, but when maybe we get to season or episode 4 or 5, we will finally get jump scares and many good scenes. Yeah, I'm hoping so because I kind of miss that element of it. Brittany thinks the Lakewood 6 will be killed off in reverse order. Jake was first and number 6. I like that. And I definitely think all of them will probably die, if not this season, the next, because when you watch the movies, everyone's pretty much disposable, like I said, except for a couple of people that they carry over, and those are like the main people. Yes, I've heard that The Catch is really good, and I still haven't watched it. And I know Vanessa's told me a zillion times to watch it, and I really need to. Quantico, I stopped watching. I don't like it at all anymore. If you like it, I'm so sorry. I really disliked the second season. To me, it was terrible. It was like almost like Pretty Little Liars. So I finished the second season. I am done. I am not going to watch that anymore. And I did stop making videos because I was like, I don't even like the show. And that to me is different because Pretty Little Liars was good for a while. So it was like, I'm so invested in that. But Quantico started getting bad early on. So I just like, I'm out because I don't want to deal with this anymore. I know there's more shows that I watch that maybe I don't do videos on, but I can't remember. I watch Orphan Black. That's good, but it's in its 4th season and it's almost over. So I don't know. William thinks that there's more than one killer this season. I don't know if they're playing for the same team. I agree. I think there's definitely more than one killer. Okay, I'm trying to find everyone's comments here. There is a poll for Scream and Scream a Scream and a Scream Queens crossover. That would be cool, but I don't know. I don't know if they'll do that. I think that would be really, really cool. I don't watch Empire, but I've heard it is excellent, but I don't watch that. The Fosters is also really good, what you guys are saying. HM says that she lost 2 important romantic relationships so far on the show. Maybe it drove her a little cuckoo at this point, though it's hard to put together a good theory. Yeah, I think it's definitely hard to for sure know who the killer is, or even sort of for sure know, and that's okay. But we will get there. I mean, I think we've already figured out a lot tonight. And if you were just joining us, we figured out that Piper and Audrey were the killers last season, at least those 2. And we think that Audrey killed some people, maybe some of the ones early on, and then Piper probably killed Audrey's girlfriend, and Audrey stabbed Jake but did not kill him. Someone else killed him. Okay, so I hope that that's true, but I really think that we have figured that out. Do I think there will be more than 3 seasons of Scream? I think they will do as many as people want to see as far as like the ratings and stuff. I think the ratings are still good. They will keep churning them out. So yes, absolutely. It would be funny to see Chad Radwell on Scream. I love that character. And Vanessa's saying that the show Power is good, which is on Stars. I've never watched that. I think I've heard people talk about that too. But I guess we will just kind of wrap this up for now since we've been talking for more than 30 minutes. And when we get closer to the reveal of the killer/killers, we can try to do 45 minutes or an hour if you guys want to do that. Just a little note about next week. We are not going to have a live chat, and that makes me super sad, but I'm going to New York for a few days, and it's just impossible for me to do that from there. So I will still have a video up, but it'll be probably Thursday, which really sucks, and I'm sorry, but I will get that up. But again, I will tweet about it, but I'm really sorry there won't be a live chat next week. But I will have a video, and we should resume with live chats after that. But thank you guys so much for being here. If you want to follow me on Snapchat, I'll be posting different things from New York. I'm just going for fun. So but I love you guys for being here today, and I hope you will watch my video tomorrow, which it'll go live, and we'll talk more about my theories and about Piper and Audrey and all that good stuff. And yes, so I think that's all for now, but I will see you tomorrow with my new video. So bye, guys.